Woohoo! This Hangout on air is live, and it's Alicia Stringer here. Always empowering success stories from our superwomen here at the Millionaire Mindset Hangout. And the time is about to click start, and my whole internet went out. It locked me out of everything. And that happened to me last night. I was like, why did the internet go on my computer? I had to totally restart. So it took me about that long. So thankfully the Hangout can go, and I am here. And that is like our press through. I think we're making it through here on getting us to the millionaire mindset. And it seemed like this one time I didn't feel the pressure or anything going, oh no, the Hangout is gone. What are my superwomen gonna do? And that's what we're gonna talk about today, getting on our well-formed outcome to make sure goals are so set that we are expected to have mishaps like computers shut down and Google Hangouts go out and host leaving. And no matter what's going to happen, we're still pressing on to get to that ultimate goal because we've set so much in place to get to that top spot that we're going to get there. So I'm excited to hear everybody's well-formed outcome today, whether they're expecting to share it or not. I want to see some comments below of what your goal is today, what you are visualizing, and I know we have so much more output to give here today and so many new things that we want to get going today and that we want to share. So I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's else input in here. We have, let's go to Keisha. Maybe you're available. I don't know, anybody that wants to come out and introduce themselves and share their well-formed outcome, because I'll share mine in a minute after you guys.
Okay. Well, Alicia, you did mention the superwoman out there. If you don't know who I am Keisha Parker, and I am one of the superwomen, and I am so excited to be on the Bootcamp 3.0 that we have going on right now. So my question to you is, are you referring to the well-formed outcome that we did with our accountability partners, or is there something more specific that you wanted me to share?
Well, I think it goes along the same line because David Wood's been giving some all-in hangouts, and he's been also sharing the step process that you go through that. And we also talked it on the Superwomen Bootcamp. So I think it kind of goes together. You're going to be sharing the same type of well-formed outcome and goal that you're hitting, that you are working for, because we all want to help each other get to the right direction. And I think that's very open that we need to share this with everybody. Most people need to know so that they can help form more clarity on their visualizing and goals, as well as we're here on the Millionaire Mindset Hangout and making sure we have the millionaire minds.
Okay, awesome. Well, so you want me to go through the whole 15K session 1 well-formed outcome, or just share with you what it is? My well-formed outcome, look, Valerie says no, we'll be here all day if we all go to my well-formed outcome is to be the best me that I can be, and to help many other, not just women, but men as well, that want to go along the same path as I, which is one of a network marketer. I'm in the health and wellness industry, and I see myself with a great large team making 5 to 6 figures a month. And it's a beautiful day, beautiful days where I get to travel the way I want, help empower my team to meet their goals. And I know this because it is happening in my bank account. My team is ecstatic because they are growing and they are excelling and meeting their goals. And we are hitting ranks all over the place across the country. And we are excited. And I am sharing the vision with my team. So they are on board, they are on target, we are meeting goals, income goals, personal goals, financial goals, any type of goal that we set, we are meeting them because our mindset is right and we believe that we can do it. We know that we have everything within us to do it, and we are doing it. So that is part of my well-formed outcome, and the tools that I'm learning here with the Superwomen, with the boot camp here, with all the guests that we have on our Millionaire Mindset, helps me to do that. I was just sharing with someone on a call earlier, a friend, a lifelong friend that I have. She's as Christian as well as I am, and we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff that just wasn't the intention, but that's the way the call went. And I was sharing with her that because of the guest that we had on, I believe it was Peter's mother who came on, and she helped us identify and look at some things. I was able to identify, when I think about success, I think about strength. And when I think about strength, what it is that I felt that I needed to struggle in order to be strong. So all of this time, I'm creating these issues in my life, or because I felt like I have to get over this barrier, or I have to go through this struggle in order to be strong, where it doesn't need to be that. It doesn't have to be where I have a struggle in order to be strong. It's all how we identify in our mind, and if we have a shift, we can see major transformational changes in our life where things are much easier to achieve. It doesn't take going over this long, drawn out process. It can happen just like this. So guys, I'm experiencing success with the boot camp. With you lovely ladies, I appreciate you. I love you, and I'm just going to pass it on to somebody else.
Okay, awesome.
If I can hop out while I have a moment with the kids this morning. For me, and that was so powerful. That was so powerful, Keisha, what you said about saying that you don't have to have the drama. You don't necessarily need to create the struggle, because I think that's a powerful thing to say, like, that. And some of us, it's like saying overcome those hurdles, and when you come out the other side, you'll be stronger. But we don't need it, because if you have the mindset, sometimes if you have the mindset of, well, I'll be stronger when I go through the hurdles, actually. And now, on the other side of that is when they happen. When stuff happens, and I think it is so freaking perfect that we had a hurdle starting this. All of a sudden, Alicia, poof, she got cut out, and she was the one that started the Hangout. So I started to go, okay, let me get into the admin and see if we can create another Hangout, right? And I had an obstacle where just as we were starting, my kids all of a sudden, even though I had them all set and all organized, like, I need strawberries right now.
Bananas.
And it was like, okay. And I paused it and I ran off and I got them the strawberries. It's like we do all, everything, and this stuff happens. And it happens, ladies, just or men, everybody watching this, it happens even to people that are making multi-millions doing what it is that we do. That the tech issues happen, and it's not a sign or a proof that somehow everything is screwed up. It's it's like if you're going along doing great, that's great, but if you have an obstacle, it doesn't mean that. Oftentimes there is something there's a big lesson. I personally went through, and this is some of the things, like one of the tips, because when we did this other, we've done the well-formed outcome here, and we've also done it, like I said, because we have all kinds of all-in training. We have access to so many resources with what we do. It's amazing. And one of the pieces, I just want to talk about one tiny piece of what was discussed in this 9 steps of going through a very powerful well-formed outcome. And that piece is, what's holding you back? Is there anything that you have of value in your life that's holding you back from taking action or from achieving your goals? And that was a powerful piece for me. And I realized it was me taking a look at, for me, it was feeling like I needed to be a really good mom. And that somehow I had this thing in my head that if I'm putting time into my business, I'm keeping away from my kids. And it doesn't need to be that way. It's actually not true, and it's a false idea. But I had it in there, and if I ever made any mistakes with my kids, and we're not perfect, we're just not perfect. Parents, we're not perfect, as you know, right? And when you make a mistake, I would get so down on myself that I would like crawl into a hole and, you know, not come up and stop taking action in my business. And I realized that I would do that when I was getting started. I would, because I had this thing, and I would hit an obstacle, and it could be an obstacle in your business. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Speaking of which. Oh, you know what? Because we need to plug it in.
I didn't get the plate.
I know, sweetie. That's sad. I know. But you know what? We'll fix it. You go watch Jaden's, and I'll be right back. You can go play one of the games, and I'll be there. But we got to plug it in and wake it up. Okay? So, there you go. Stuff happens. But the thing is, here's the proof. You can actually still do the business. And you know, whatever your business is, you know, especially if it's online or whatever it is, but an obstacle would come up for me, and I would just stop taking action because I would feel like I hadn't handled it, or I'd made a mistake, and somehow inside I just didn't deserve the success.
Mommy, I want to do something fun and I didn't. But I'm hungry.
Okay, sweetie, here. You know what? I've got this special for you right now, and then you can take that right now.
I like the banana.
Okay, well, I'll get you something special in a second, sweetie. I promise.
Always something.
I will do something very special with you in a minute. Not right this second, because right now we're talking to everybody, and there's all these people all over the world watching. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. You want to sit with Mommy? Do that special with me right now? Okay. All right. We'll do that.
I want to do something else today.
We will. I promise you. We're going to do something special. See, this is the kind of thing, right? And the thing is just to know that I'm promising, and we're all going to do something. And I'll give you something special to eat, and we'll do something special. You know what? We're going to hold that thought, and go back to Greta, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to take care of him. I'll be right back.
That sounds good. Is Greta ready?
No problem. Yes, I'm here for the moment. I'm having this, you know, similar issues at my house today, and this.
Yeah, you look a little blurry. I don't know if you can adjust that.
I don't know what's going on. Hello.
Yeah.
Did it adjust?
Not yet.
No.
Oh well, you're gonna have to look at my blurry face.
Yeah.
So I think I was off because I was dealing with my older children. Before we hopped on here, I had just said, yeah, I'll take the little one for a little bit, but I need you guys to stick around so that I can pass him off when I need it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, it's time, and poof, they were gone. So then I had to track them down before I could come back. So I missed the first segment and segue from, I don't know, Alicia, maybe you had started it off, and what we were going to share with everybody watching today so that I can grasp my thoughts and get a little clearer.
Okay.
There's Valerie.
I'm back.
Valerie wants to.
I'm back, yeah.
Here.
While I have my little bitty window, I can answer your question. Yeah, I can answer your question, and I want to grab my window while I got it, if that's okay.
Yes, please do. Yes.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're talking about well-formed outcomes, and we're talking about what we've learned doing Superwoman well-formed outcomes, what we worked doing the all-in well-formed outcome with Dave, and just what, you know, what we learned, our well-formed out, you know, what it is, what our vision is, and that's what we're talking about. And I was catching up on something that Keisha had talked about, saying of how she learned something, you know, from one of our hangouts actually, that you know we've had with one of our guests, and it was about that it doesn't have to be about obstacles. It doesn't have that you don't have to have the drama on the obstacles to oh wow, my Canadian just came out drama. And then, but anyways, getting back to what I was talking about in terms of my well-formed of what I learned, because I had a very powerful experience, and that it, you know, I had something really big personal just happened to me, just really big, just recently, like as in the last couple days, and I could have done what I did in the past, okay, because it was a biggie. It was one of those biggies that could have set me off track, because I've learned how to get past that. But when a big thing happens, when a really big personal something happens in your life, oftentimes in our business, we can get like way, I mean, I've in the past sort of let it define me. I've had it happen in the past, and I did something very powerful with this biggie that just came up, and I dug deep into all the mindset training and everything that we've been doing, and I went and I went in to remember what is my well-formed outcome. And with mine is about to really help people to make abundance visible in their lives, to really do that. And for myself, I'm in the process of, I'm going to be making $1 million within a year, and I'm helping a few other people to do that. I'm helping people to get to 6 figures in a few months. And I'm an attorney. I'm somebody that stopped. I'm not doing it anymore because I'm able to make in one day that what I wasn't able to make in a week in the past as an attorney. What, baby? The blueberries are ready. Okay, so.
Mommy, and my blueberries.
And this is how you do it with kids. Hang on. All right.
It's so much fun. So you have a better idea, Greta, of creating our well-formed outcome and our powerful vision. And Valerie is really keeping a focus as she has all these twins interactions, and you do too with 6 kids. So share us what your real focus is, so you can keep it on your focus while you have all this massive stuff coming on behind you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, I can so relate to Valerie and what she's been sharing with us, and in and out with her kids, and just the struggles within your own mind and your own heart as far as the time that you're spending on your business, the time that you're spending with your kids, and finding that balance can be challenging at times, especially when you're beating yourself up. And that's what, I guess what's helped me, speaking about the Superwoman group, has essentially been the Superwoman group. I mean, that is the core. That is my lifeline. That is my, my everything. I mean, the moment I found out about that group, I knew with every part of my heart, soul, and being, and like everything, that I was going to be a part of that group, and that it was going to just be that lifeline for me. And all of us, you guys, all of you have been there from the very beginning, have you not? Keisha, were you from the very beginning as well? Yeah, and it's like, it's just these relationships that I've developed. And I mean before I even came online, I never thought, like, if you had told me that I was gonna make lifelong relationships with people, that I was going to be closer with people that I met online than people that I've known for years in my life, I would have said, you're bullshitting me, because there's no way. I just thought it was crazy when people would talk about meeting people online and stuff like that. It just was insane. I remember, actually, I'll tell you a little story about traveling to one of the events. I remember going up, and I don't know, for some reason, every time you go on an airplane, you have to go through all those different sections and stuff, and you have to talk to people. My heart just keeps pounding. It's like being, seeing a cop on the road. It's like all of a sudden you feel like a criminal, right? Even though you're not. And I remember saying, them asking, oh, where are you going? What are you going for? And I was like, I'm going to an event, and or I'm going to go and hang out with a bunch of my friends. And he's like, well, where did you meet those friends? And I was like, on Facebook. Online. Honestly, it felt so weird, but it was the truth. I honestly met them on Facebook. So, anyways, it's just this group. The Superwoman group is amazing. The boot camp is phenomenal. The stuff that I'm learning and implementing, the stuff that I haven't even dove into yet, considering our assignment that we just did, talking about what we haven't done yet. It's like this smorgasbord of the most gourmet food you could ever imagine. It's just a dream come true. And so, as far as one thing that I wanted to talk about as well is not only my own well-formed outcome, but actually being able, I don't know about you guys and how you guys can relate to the experience of being able to take somebody else through that process, how powerful that is, how amazing that is to be able to do that. And every time I do it with somebody, I think to myself, I have to do this with so-and-so. I have to do this with my kids. I have to do this with my spouse. I have to do this with my mom. Like, I can help so many people with this simple process, you know, and it's absolutely life-changing with any type of situation. Any challenge that you might be taking on, a new job, or like a new like anything that you decide that you're going to do, something new that you're deciding that you're going to take part in, like doing this well-formed outcome. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And Valerie, I remember you taking Destiny through this. I mean, it's just one of the most powerful exercises I've ever done, and I was so excited to do it again and to be able to help my accountability partners through it. And I kept saying to them, you know who's really good at this? Because I felt like, oh man, like, because Valerie was just like, blew my mind, like how she took Destiny through it and was able to pull out like so much emotion and all these like people's dreams. When you allow yourself to dream, I mean, it's incredible. And when you're plugged into this mindset stuff, like we're plugged into, that we have access to, that you can also have access to right here, it just changes everything. And I said that to my accountability partners. Oh my God, Valerie's got to do this. I kept thinking, I don't think I can do it like Valerie. And you know what? I learned from watching you, Valerie, and I just want to say like how much I appreciate you and how much like that I was actually able to do it, and I was like, I mean, I blew myself away, and that's the thing, is pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone all the time. It's, you know, that's a part of creating this millionaire mindset, this mindset that we need to take ourselves to the next level. And that is something, you know, that goes along with my well-formed outcome and how much I want to help other people step into their power and to love and believe in themselves, like to do whatever it is that you want. And, you know, one of my main focuses are those 6 little children that Alicia mentioned that I have. I mean, being able to help them and to have this stuff that I now have, this mindset training and access to all these things and all these women, and including my kids and everything that I do, is so important to me. I'm so passionate about it that I guess, you know, when I started, I started to see the results. I started to see my children speak the same words. I started to hear these shifts happen within them, and that's also what eliminated some of that guilt that I may have been feeling about, you know, should I be taking this time out to work on my business? You know, I could be doing this or that or whatever. It's like I feel like I am setting them up for their own personal success, whatever that may be to them. And I know, I mean, it's priceless. You cannot put a price on that. And I mean, ultimately, we all want our children to be happy, right? And it goes beyond my children. It goes beyond. It goes over and above that in communities and in everybody's home, like bringing families together. You know, we're so disconnected, and I want to help families to have that connection, to be connected, to grow together, you know, moms, dads, and kids together, and to help out in your own communities and to spread the message. I mean, spread the superwoman message, spread the millionaire mindset message. I mean, it's just, I am so fired up and so passionate about it. I can barely sleep at night. It's just like, it gets me going. I wake up in the middle of the night and do you guys have that too? And you just have these ideas that just come into your mind, and it's just like, so exciting to be a part of this. I cannot imagine my life without this in it, and I never want to ever live the life I was before. Not that it was horrible, just that I had no idea. It's just opened my brain, like somebody just came and opened up my mind, and it's just like, oh, I love it. I love it. Sorry, I was so excited.
That's awesome.
That is
You're amazing, Greta.
Greta, thank you so much.
There's some powerful.
You are so powerful. I mean, it's like funny for you to say that. Thank you for the shout out. But I gotta say, I mean, you're one of the most powerful women. I'm just saying. When I was dealing with what I had to deal with in the last couple of days, first of all, we have this amazing community, and I put out into the community. I basically just said, look, folks, send some prayers. That's all I did, and the wellspring of love that poured out to me was just unbelievable. And I'd sent a personal message to Greta, and she hopped on with me. She hopped on with me in just a little a private Skype talk that we did, and was really instrumental in part of my process. It really, and I just want to thank you so much. It was like I appreciate that you have so much power and so much ability to to move people. Really do. You really do. and yeah, you do. It's just like, yeah. I'll take it. I will take the compliment. Lady, you got it.
Thank you.
You got it. And you know what you see in someone else, by the way, when you see something in somebody else that you're like, wow, that's so cool, for you to see it means that you have it.
Exactly.
Okay? For anybody you see it means you have it. All right? And I want to just quickly go back to the process of what happened in the last few days for me, because it was a very powerful thing in that I took that, and I took what happened with my conversation to reach out. I knew enough to reach out, and I know that because I know that part of my issue involves with my kids, and I was judging myself because of something that happened in my life and how it was affecting me with my kids and everything else, and me not living in the moment up to the way I wanted to be. And I transformed it, and when I needed to, because it was the night before I needed to deal with what I needed to deal with. I had something very powerful I had to deal with yesterday, and I was able to go into it with action. First, I got up in the morning, and one of the first things I did was, and it's just tips for you if you're dealing with something. And you've got the choice, because we have a choice when an obstacle arises in our lives, no matter what it is, whether it's personal, whether it's in our business, and you know that, and we always have a choice. And I could have chosen to just go into the woe is me and say, this is my life, and bad things happen to me, because I've had a series of really in my life, and I used to buy into the story. But now I have a vision. Because of this well-formed outcome, I have a vision. And I have a vision of myself, of who I am. And I know that there's a reason why you're watching this right now, and right in this moment. Because you have so much power and love and beauty inside of you that you can create anything. Absolutely anything. It's in you, and it's in the universe, and it's out there. And all you need to do is to believe in yourself. And the reason why Greta has all these ideas that are popping up inside of her is because she's several things. She's plugging into a community that has all of that is lifting you up and not buying into your obstacles of the poor me and da-da-da-da-da. No, we lift each other up. And we talk about what's possible. We talk about the vision. Keisha, in her team, she talks about the vision of what is possible. We don't buy into the story that whatever is going on in your life is going to stop you, because it doesn't need to. And so what happens, saying keying into that vision that we create so powerfully, because each person has a unique mission in this life, a unique purpose, a unique way to make a difference in the world. We can all use the same tools and systems to make that happen, but I am telling you, we each have our own unique way and communication style and everything else. And the thing is that when you tap into that, you allow and make the intention that I'm going to allow ideas to come to me. She's got all these ideas flipping through her head of what to do. Oh, I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this. And that's the thing. You're open to opportunity, open to wisdom, open to inspired right action. And when I know for myself, if I go into the woe is me, and buy into the circumstances, whatever it is, that this is my reality of my life, it's like, no, I can turn this into the most powerful thing. And I started asking myself, how can I turn this into the best thing that ever happened to me? And the first thing that I thought of was, okay, get into mindset. And I went in, and for 2 hours, I got up at 5 in the morning, I set the alarm, and I got up at 5 a.m., and I listened to 2 hours of positive stuff. Stuff that I know personally resonates with me. We have so many tools and so many, there's so many different audios and things, and there's a link below you can click, you can access that stuff. But some of them are going to, at a certain time, and I just sort of said, okay, what's the best thing now? Which audio do I listen to now that I need to hear? And I just allowed myself to do that. And in it, and I started, and then I remembered certain things, certain positive affirmations, and I started saying them. I started pulling it up, and I kept saying, how can I, how can I, how can I? And then I led from each step next. Okay, first I do this. Now I make this phone call. Now I do this. Now I do that. And I handled the obstacle that was in front of me, and it was a pretty big one. And I handled it step by step by step by step. And in the process of that, my accountability group got a hold of me, and I just finished doing a big chunk of it, and I was in limbo mode, waiting to get a phone call from someone to take my next step in dealing with my personal life. Okay, and I got this message going, okay, we need to do this accountability hangout right now. And I was, okay, great, let's do it. And in the middle of everything, I was able to stop, and I took whatever it was, 20, 25 minutes. I used my time, and I was able to help my accountability partners and make determinations for myself. It was an assignment, and in the middle of it all, I still did what I wanted to do. I was still able to make a difference. I was still able to do my business, and then went back into what I needed to do. And even driving, we have this thing called the Empower Hour. It was Empower for every Monday night. There's a link, there's a message below, or if it's not there, the Facebook page, it'll be down below. And and it's free every Monday night, where you can also listen for free to multi-million-dollar, 6-figure, 7-figure earners talking marketing, talking mindset. Talking, I like that word, talking. I just made it a word up, talking. And so I was listening to that as well. I was like, okay, and I was on the road for over an hour dealing with something I had to deal with yesterday, and it was perfect timing. It was right then. It actually worked out. I put everything in motion so that when I was doing that drive, it wasn't downtime for me. I was listening and getting myself inspired. And the thing that I got from all of this was this awareness that no matter what happens in my life, it was just this thing that all of a sudden I felt gratitude for the situation, because of what happened, I remembered. I was able to go, I am not my circumstances. And you, whoever watching this, there's somebody watching this right now, and it might be you and it might not be you, that's going through something very powerful that to you seems overwhelming right now in your life. And it doesn't need to be. Because you can access, in the moment, who you are, the most powerful part of you. You can access the wisdom of the universe. You can call it God, you can call it universe, you can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it your subconscious mind, but it's there, and it's accessible, and it's who you really are. And when you make the choice to remember that, remember your vision, my vision to help people, my vision to know that not only will I help them financially, but what will happen in their families as a result of this. Should you have a child that might come up with the cure to cancer? You might. Should you have somebody that you connect with and their kids, because they have the ability and the financial freedom to be the next leader of peace in the world, or to create the next beautiful piece of artwork, or the next invention that helps the world. We don't know. There's such a massive ripple effect from what we do And that's my vision, is to create that ripple effect for people. And it could be you, and it could be your family, it could be the people that you help, I don't know. But bottom line is to know that you have a massive vision, a massive purpose, and when you can tie into it, when you do this process that we can take you with, when you want to join us, there's a link below. Just click on it; it'll open up in another tab, and you can access us and still hear us talking, and get in on the other side, and we'll teach you the steps of what to do with this. But bottom line is, you can do this. Join our community, get connected wherever you are, no matter what you do. Connect with people that really support you in lifting your vision. And you can do this. And know that when there's an obstacle arises, for me, it was like I feel such gratitude that it happened, because I tapped a powerful place inside of me where now I have even more energy, even more knowledge to be asking the what if. What if I can actually do this? What if my big vision, because no matter where you go, you get to a vision. I was listening to on the call last night, there was somebody that's like, okay, when you reach your goals, you reach this goal, you reach that goal, you reach this goal, what's next? What a powerful problem to have. To go in and say, okay, what's my next well-formed outcome? Because you can take it to the next level. You set a goal for 90 days or 6 months or a year, and you reach that goal, and it's like, okay, what's the next level? So for me, I'm taking myself to the next level. Yes, I can make more in a day than I ever made in a week as an attorney. I have other goals because I'm reaching out more, my goals now with other people. What can I do? And again, instant disclaimer, all of us, we're creating incredible results. Don't know what you're going to do. There is a button you can click below and just see if you're average. All I can tell you is that when you take action, you're not average. And that's the key with all this, is like saying, what if I actually follow the simple steps that I'm given in whatever business that it is? That they tell you, we have a simple step and a simple system. We say, do this, this, this. And if you actually do it, you create results. Problem is, most people don't. Why don't they? It's because they don't have a well-formed outcome that drives their passion, so that when obstacles arise, and it can be anything, it can be a tech issue, it could be anything, to go, okay, no, now I'm going to do this. I'm going to take action. And what if I actually can just keep doing it? Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. I mean, you think when you were learning to walk as a kid, if you gave up the first time you fell down, all of you moms out there watching your kids, no, they get up, they fall down a bazillion times, and they just keep getting up. And you just keep moving forward, and they learn each time, ooh, that's how I get my balance. That's what I do, right? There's a little bit of an adjustment that happens. And to be able for me to go, what if I just did this, this, and this, and trusted those ideas that come up and actually take action on them right away? And that's what I'm doing now. It's like going into that what if, and you can take yourself to the next level. Whatever your dream is, I don't care what your dream is, what your business is, what it is. It's that process. And again, whether you choose to access the tools that we have that can make that easy for you, no matter what your business is, whether you don't choose to access those tools with that link below, that's up to you and our community. But I just have to speak absolute appreciation for you, Alicia, and you, Keisha, and you, Greta, and all of the superwomen out there, and all of the men, the supermen out there that are watching, that have been instrumental in my life, and I know continue to be instrumental in my life, and the massive mastermind community that we have, because we lift each other up. And I have such appreciation, especially after the last 24 hours.
For sure. That's
I'm going to mute up because I hear my kids coming.
Okay. I really wanted to, I loved everything that you just shared, Valerie. It was so powerful, and thank you so much. The one question that you said that I swear after this hangout, or we might not have time because we've got the Superwoman call right after, but I'm going to make sure today that I'm going to write this one question that you said when you just spoke just now, that I'm going to write. I have a blackboard that's in my dining room, in the kitchen, where we spend most of our time because we all like to eat. And this question was, this question, I just want everybody who's watching this, I want you right now to listen to this question and use it daily when you're going through your own everyday life. I mean, we have challenges, and don't look at people like to call them problems. Look at them as challenges, because most people don't like problems so much, but challenge is good. So definitely ask yourself this question that Valerie just asked, and maybe this stuck out for you too. I'm sure that it did. How can I turn this into the best thing that has ever happened to me? So when something just boom, hits you, like somebody just threw something into you're riding your bike along, somebody just chucks a rock into your tire or in your spokes, what can you do? Like, how can you turn that into the best thing that's ever happened to you? I love that. I love that, because you just open yourself up to the abundance that is there for all of us, for you right now watching. You have abundance in your life right now. It is there. It's here for all of us. So thank you so much for that, Valerie.
Powerful.
I love those questions, Greta. The three that stand out for me is how can I, what if, and so what. I always use that every day. I look at it in my marketing. I look at it in who I'm talking to, and those are just the most powerful questions to leave it open to more abundance. And since the time is almost up, I'll leave real quick of my well-formed vision is to every time you say it daily, it gets become more clear. And you want to watch everybody that has visions so you can see their clarity, and it helps you become more clear. Because I just simply want my first step just to take my daughter to Disney World in Florida, where the next event is in October. And to keep clarity on every day going, what are the resources I'm going to get to make that happen? How much is it going to be? What am my hotel bill? Where am I going to stay? And just steps. And then once I'm there, what am I going to do? How am I going to see that into a camera that's so clear that I'm going to be celebrating because I made it to that goal? So when you find that visionary, well-formed outcome that you're going to go, what is your celebration steps after you've made that goal? And so you can relax in the celebration that you made it and be clear on the next step you want to take, because we are never finished, my friends. We're always reaching for new, higher goals out there. So I want to thank all the viewers that came today to hear some golden nuggets so they can become more clear all on their well-formed outcome, all on their visionary, today's goals that they're welcoming here. And ladies, did you see anybody come out and shout out in the Hangout? I gave some Hangouts. If y'all were able to open up the page, y'all can give some shout outs.
What I did want to say is that, can you ladies hear me? I wanted to share with the viewers that it's not too late to be on board with the boot camp. I don't know if you heard it yesterday that everyone is still welcome to join, and they will get the last 3 sessions no matter what time you join. We have our boot camp session coming up this Thursday, and it's going to be one of the most powerful boot camp sessions that we've had. Not just because I'll be a part of it, but because Layla is going to be giving some fantastic, phenomenal information that you can share, especially if you want to be a public speaker. If that is what you want to do, you want to reach the masses, no matter what, whether your public is 1 person or 1,000 people, you need to hear this information. So connect with us with those links below and join and get the additional information, and so that you can do the well-formed outcome and become more clear on what you want to do and how to reach that outcome. That's what I wanted to share, guys.
Powerful. Can't wait, Keisha. We're rocking. Thanks, guys. On the next Hangout, we'll be on next week, and hopefully we were going to have Ed from Ohio come out, so I'll ask him if he can still come out. If not, we got some more powerful people we're ready to line up. And if you have any suggestions who would like to see as guests to help you in your millionaire mindset, please comment below. If you want to become a guest, if you have a powerful shift to share with everybody, please comment in our little chat box or contact us. We look forward to seeing you on the next Hangout next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Bye, guys.